Hey out there in YouTube land, thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So I had a little bit of a brainstorm before. I was talking to a friend of mine who I don't talk to often enough, George. We were talking about stocks, we were talking about real estate. When I brought up stocks, George told me that he had looked into a couple stocks that I mentioned back in January and February. American Airlines and Carnival Cruise. And he actually bought some. They're doing pretty well. Well, the fact that George told me that he listened to my video, he spent some time actually watching a video of mine, that was gratifying. I was thankful for that. And then also taking a suggestion that I made and doing something with it and it working out made my day. So I'm going to be calling this the Blue Collar Millionaire Part 1 video. It's going to be about sharing secrets. Now I put secrets in there because they're not secrets. You guys probably already knew about most of these secrets, and I don't know why you didn't tell me. Sometimes it feels like I'm just stumbling onto something. Like nobody taught me about like accumulating wealth or financial freedom or another path to go than the path that I was on, my parents were on, their parents were on. It wasn't taught to me in school or anything like that, because in a nutshell, kind of the mentality was work hard, try to sock away some money for retirement. Once you get to a certain age, you can retire and then hopefully live a decent life. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that mentality. As a matter of fact, I was in it for years. It's just a slight twist that happened 3-4 years ago with me. Well, first of all, I found real estate, which is kind of a secret, and that's why I share it with you guys, because I don't want it to be a secret. If I can do it, you guys can do it. I'm not saying this to pat myself on the back or anything, but I want to tell you why I'm so passionate about it. About 3 years ago, a little less than 3 years ago, we didn't have any net worth. And when I say we didn't have any net worth, I mean we didn't have any net worth. Wasn't like we were paupers and we were, living in a cardboard box or something. We live in a beautiful home. We drive decent cars, and we did kind of what we wanted within reason. But we had no net worth. We had no money put away. We had no equity in our home or anything like that. And here it is 3 years later, and we have, I'd have to look at the exact numbers, but I can tell you, in all honesty, we have over $700,000 in an accumulation of equity in the homes that we own, the properties that we own, money in the bank, and a little bit of stock. So how could I not be passionate about real estate? How could I not be making a video and telling you, if I could do this, starting out with zero, so can you. I want to give away everything that I know about real estate to you guys. And now I'm coming into a different vehicle to make wealth, and that's what I want to talk about. I know it sounds like a cliche or almost sounds like lip service, but I love helping people. There's a mentality that I have now that I didn't always have when I grew up, and I know it might sound corny, but I truly believe that the universe or the world, or however you want to look at it, is an abundant place. It's not a scarce place. Like, in other words, there's enough for everyone. I could share everything I know about real estate, and there'll still be enough out there for me to get. That's a nice place to be. So that was about real estate. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about stocks because I'm just finding some stuff out that might be new to you. You might already know about it, but I don't know if you did. And if you did know about it and you didn't tell me, I don't know what's going on there. And then I wrote about gold. The reason why I put up gold is because I'm going to share everything I know when I find out how to make some more money with you. Except, if I found gold in my backyard, I'm not going to tell you about it until after I get it all out of there. I'm going to just give you a real short story of how I kind of stumbled into possibly making some money in the stock market. Last year when this pandemic started, Diane and I were supposed to go to Las Vegas. The day that we were flying out was when they shut down Las Vegas altogether. So we canceled our flights. We had a little bit of money put aside for that vacation. From that vacation money, I said to Diane, hey, listen, these stocks are down, the casino stocks. Why don't we take the money that we were going to use for the vacation and put them into the casino stocks? They're bound to come back. So we took, $4,000 or $5,000 that I had put aside, and we put it into casino stocks. Well, sure enough, they did come back. Now, I got a weak belly After we made a certain amount of money, I took all of our money out, and then it started going down, and I took the rest of the money out. I acted too quick. I was talking to George today about it. Like, I got out, and I think it tripled in value since then, so I learned a lesson. I'm not crying over spilled milk. It was a good lesson. But what that did was that kind of like forced me into getting a stock account. I opened up an account with TD Ameritrade. I read up on it. I'm like that. Like, I've talked to you guys about this before. If I go down to the casino and I'm going to be playing video poker, sometimes I'll practice before I go down, and I'll read about the proper strategies. Doesn't mean I'm going to win, but I sure feel a lot smarter, and my chances of winning are greater. That's just how I am. When Diane and I had the clothing store, it was Diane's clothing store, and when I met her, I moved over into the clothing store. I quit my job and did the clothing store for a while, and we were selling some stuff on eBay. Just modestly, a thing here, a thing there. Well, I sunk my teeth into that, and for a couple of months, we sold over $30,000 a month on eBay, 1,000 pieces of clothes each month just through eBay. I'm telling you that story because just to let you know a little bit about me, that once I sink my teeth into something, I really do a lot of research on it, and then I go. So now we're talking about stock markets. Where's this going to go, Harry? So I opened up a TD Ameritrade account. The reason why is because there's no commissions, there's no fees. You can go in there, you can buy stocks, and it doesn't cost you anything. That was really appealing to me. Here's where the epiphany or brainstorm or secret came about. I only recently realized that my TD account, which has grown over the past year or so, it offers something called a margin. And I might not even be saying these the right way, but it's a margin, which is a loan. TD Ameritrade lets me borrow against the value that I have in there. So let's just say I have $15,000 in TD Ameritrade. They'll let you borrow $15,000 because it's secured against your $15,000 that you have in there. It kind of makes sense, but I saw that and I compared it to real estate and leverage. So if I know of a stock that I think is going to be doing well in the future, I can use my money that's in there and TDs. So yes, there's an interest rate that they charge on a margin. It's 9.5%. But as long as you got the right stock, it doesn't hurt you. I know there's people out there that do stocks for a living, or they're day trading and they're into options and all these things, which I've been looking into possibly, but I don't know enough about them. And they're gonna be like, "Hey Harry, we've known about this for 27 years. This is no new news to us." Well, I didn't know about it, and you might not know about it. That's what I'm telling you. So I wrote this up here: common sense stocks. Now, is this common sense? I don't know. Again, there's going to be a stockbroker out there that says, "I don't know, probably not a good idea." But what I mean by common sense stocks, and I'm going to go full circle, and I'm going to tell you why this was important for me to share with you guys. Common sense stocks, to me, are service sector, travel and leisure stocks that fell dramatically because of this silly pandemic, right? And if they're below 50% of where they were before the pandemic started right now, then common sense kind of tells me they're going to rebound. We don't have a crystal ball if they're going to rebound tomorrow, they're going to rebound, next week or a month from now. But most likely, you're not getting hurt in these stocks. I use these two as an example: CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines, and American Airlines. The reason why I like those two are the strength of the companies. Both of these represent either the largest in their sector. As far as a company, like American Airlines may be the largest fleet of airplanes in the world, or at least in this country. And Carnival Cruise Lines is huge, and they're still buying more ships. Both of these are below 50% of where they were before the pandemic. How could you go wrong? Or could you? Why people that are familiar with the stock market and these stocks, as well as similar stocks back a year ago when this pandemic hit, why they didn't give me these tips, I have no idea. But I'm here to give you them right now. So here, I'll tell you what I did 2 days ago. I took a $10,000 $500 margin, which is a loan from TD Ameritrade. And I bought 200 shares of Carnival Cruise and 200 shares of American Airlines. Now the margin loan, they charge you 9.5%. Now spread over the course of a year, that comes out to about $2.80 a day. So if these stocks were going up and I was making more than $2.80 a day, home run. Because like I've talked about in real estate, leverage and using other people's money to make money, it could be a small amount of money that you're making. But if it's not your money, your returns are, what's your returns? Infinite. So, and I'm not saying this is going to happen on every stock or all the time, but I'm telling you guys this because it just seems like it's almost too good to be true. American Airlines and Carnival Cruise Lines is down below 50% of where they were before the pandemic started. They're super big companies that I can't see going bankrupt or I can't see losing all their value or anything else like that. Just like in real estate though, I want to see worst case scenario. So what could happen? Well, if I saw those starting to tank a couple days or something like that, I'll just get out. Maybe you'll lose a couple $100. Here's an example in 2 days. Making $600 on a $10,500 margin loan from TD Ameritrade. I mean, I feel like I'm on top of the world making $600 not using my own money. And that's why I'm here sharing this info with you guys. I almost sound like I'm like, I don't know if the word is Pollyanna or something, but I'm getting this vision like maybe together as a community, like a coalition or something like that. Maybe we could share these little tidbits with one another when we come across them. I know quite a bit about real estate, so reach out if you have any questions about real estate. And if I don't know, I'll find out more about it for you. Stocks, just starting to dibble and dabble in there. Casinos, know quite a bit about casinos too. So anyway, my point is this. If I come across something that I think would be valuable to you or can make you some money or something like that, I'm going to tell you like that. And in return, maybe you could do the same with me. Until next time.